Joel Lewis. Bring him up with a round of applause.
Yeah, thanks for that, Dan. Got two different poems I want to read tonight. One of them, about half of it I didn't write. I've got it going already.
Oh, okay. Good.
But the first one I wrote just a few minutes before we came here, like I typically do. It's a bit of an awkward poem because it's a poem that was inspired recently by a friend that I made. But it's a friend who reminded me of an old friend. A friend who used to be there with me for anything and everything, and a friend who, for about 6 or 7 years now, has been dead to me and I've been dead to him. Not because of any choice of our own, but because of chemicals. I remember watching you, lying half naked on the bathroom floor, a little trickle of blood flowing down your wife's arm. Your baby was crying in the next room, and you could barely make out a word I had to say. You were rambling something about God as you heated up that spoon. You asked me to promise you that if you died that night, that I would go with you. You didn't even notice that your wife was half dead, sprawled out over that toilet in the junkie's holy prayer. Later that night, you were conscious enough to curse me as the paramedics lifted her head from the porcelain, and the police, well, they tightened those cuffs around your wrists, and you still couldn't hear your baby crying in the next room, or your wife whispering, "I'm scared, dear." I know I'll never be able to remove that evening from my mind, because the junkie's ghost never seems to stop haunting me. Each time I think I see the new dawn rising, I hear that phrase again. Stop worrying so much. I'm in control. The junk, well, it taints your soul, makes you lose that ability to ever see tomorrow. Your rationale feeds that monkey and sucks me right back to that night when I almost lost my best friend. Some people say that the junkie's life makes you hard, but to be the junkie's friend, to make that choice, to make them have to live, well, that's the ultimate hell. The second poem, the first half, I didn't write. I can't remember the name of the poet. It's an old Sufi spiritualist doc who wrote it. But it's a poem that made me think of my wife, and that reminded me of a beautiful evening we had a couple weeks ago with each other. I don't think this one is from Rumi. No, this isn't Rumi on this one.
Okay. I thought my mom recognized it.
Yeah.
Alright,
It's untitled. All praise be to the most merciful one, and may peace be with you. I've learned so much from God that I can no longer call myself a Christian, a Hindu, a Muslim, a Buddhist, a Jew. The truth has shared so much of itself with me that I can no longer call myself a man, a woman, an angel, or even a pure soul. Love has befriended me so completely. It has turned me to ash and freed me of every concept and image my mind has ever known. And there in that moment, when dusk turned to twilight, the stars reached down from the heavens, and our two became one. Multifaceted layers of color, the shapes twisted and swirled, the blue lights twinkled in your eyes, and thoughts became translucent in time. Don't you think that it's funny that you're a historian, and I don't believe in time? Well, dear, don't you think it's funny that you're an artist, and I don't believe in concrete expression and form? How on earth can fire mix with water? Or as the palm reader said, adding fire to gasoline. I lie in bed at night, staring at you, dreaming of you, wanting to jump from my brain into yours. But in the end I must accept our fate, that in this physical world of flesh, we must wait patiently to find our eternal connection. All praises to Allah, most merciful, for helping me to find that connection, and once again, making this one half whole. Thank you.